And I'm live. That is pretty cool. Today is 21st of February 2026, Saturday. And before beginning, I would like to read a quote from Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It is, "Near is thy forgetfulness of all things, and near the forgetfulness of thee by all things." That is hard hitting. You can forget everything, but easily, in the same way, everything else can forget you. So, yes, that is true, and that is also scary. And let's just begin. And also, there is a change. I realized that I'm like very bad at using AI. So I added Copilot in NeoWim. And from now on, I will be using Copilot and also Copilot Chat. So that is cool. But the only rule is going to be, even though at times when I like legit do not know what to do, ideas will come from the AI, but when I finalize the code, I will have to understand everything that is in the code before making the commit. I guess that is a smarter way and a faster way than manually going through a lot of iterations, which is good, but now we have better means like AI, so I'm going to use that. And cool. So, yep, we were spell draw and not this. We have to check for end of game, checkmate, stalemate, time up, and repetition. Shit, this is difficult. Okay, so before even writing the code, I will ask ChatGPT what it thinks about it. Uh, how can I generate all possible moves in a chess game, because I have no idea how to do this, and also if this function, if I can find a way to generate all possible moves, then I can I would be able to simplify a lot of things, and we would be able to use checkmate, the same move function with checkmate and stalemate. If there are no possible moves for the current player and the current player is in check, then it is checkmate. But if there are no possible moves and the current player is not in check, then it is stalemate in a chess game. And do we have to see at whose turn we currently are, and then try to make every possible move, and then check if the moves made are valid or not. How do we get all the possible moves? Yes, essentially that is the idea, but the shit, you must know whose turn it is. Yes, chess is a turn based, so your position must be included board state side to move, cancelling rights on plus on the square if any. Half move, full move counters for like 50 moves rule. What is half move and full move? I don't know. If you don't track side to move generation is meaningless. Yes, that is cool. Generate pseudo legal moves. Important distinction. Pseudo legal obeys peace movement rules. Yes, okay, pseudo legal, and then legal would be in the context. Okay, you do not start by searching king safety for every square immediately. It is inefficient. Yes, and then how to generate pseudo legal moves for each square. If square has a piece of side to move, generate moves for that piece. Generate moves for that piece. Now per piece. Oh, I think this is a much better way than the thing that I have written here, where the code as a whole has the context of how each piece moves instead of storing the movement of each piece in some JSON-like format. But still, there are these things like pawns, knight, which do not follow anything. For bishop, for rook, and for queen, tracking the way that they move is easy. And how would we even like say that the king can move in all possible squares, but only by one square? I think we can have a variable for that. That would solve the problem for king, queen, rooks, bishops, but not for knights. And for, yes, it would also solve problem for knights, but for pawn we would still have to check. Yeah, pawn, because pawn is just different. Filter legal moves, king safety. Now comes the real rule. Okay, so for, okay, it is saying go through each square, and if that square has a piece which is of the color of the current color whose chance it is, then try to move that piece and see if that piece can move in any direction possible. For pawns, you would actually have to most annoying piece, yes. Special rules everywhere. For white pawns, one square forward if empty, two squares forward if it's starting rank, if both are empty, diagonal captures en passant, promotion if reaching the last rank. Black is symmetric but moves downwards. Knight, 8 possible L shapes. This we can just, yep. Knights are easy. Knights can just go. So, in every piece, we have to keep check for two things. One, does the move itself, in context of the piece that we are moving, makes sense, which they are calling pseudo legal move. And then legal move, in legal move step, we would be checking if the move makes sense in context of the board. That is, there should not be any other pieces in the middle, and other rules for other things. A pawn cannot move two squares if it is not at the start, and it cannot move. A pawn can make a move, straight move, but if there is a piece there, then the pawn cannot move there. Bishop, rooks, queens, the movement is very easy. Just for king, we have to see the limit is one. King can only move one layer around. Filter illegal moves. And this function, do we actually want to create this function? Which would take a board and which color's chance it is, and then give us a set of all the possible moves. I think that would be cool. Let's generate a function like this. And yes, I am using Cloud Code, not Cloud, this Copilot now. So this will generate fen. What even is fen? Generate possible moves, not for a piece, but for the board. Okay, that is correct. Let possible moves is string. Okay, that is also correct. Let for s row, yes, go through rows and columns. And if the source, that is also correct. And that these two lines are exactly what I have written above. If the source is square, yes, get the source piece. And if the piece is not equal to nn and the piece color is piece color dot map, yes. We don't actually have to check this first thing here. Okay, and then I'm waiting for the AI. Okay, this is by the way good, pretty cool. At the end, return possible moves. That is cool. Okay, when at this point we know that the current square has a piece which is of the same color, that whose moves we want to see. And what is it? Nope, not this. Instead of now, yes, structural decision. Now, when we have found the piece, for which we want to generate all possible moves, we could either use the same logic. We could either have the piece movement logic right here in the code, or we could store the pieces somewhere else and then the movement made by pieces somewhere else and import it here. And the only edge case would be for pawn. For pawn, we cannot define what the movement is. It will have to be inside the code itself. It cannot be described beforehand. It has to be in the code, context of the code itself. So I guess interfaces. This is not an interface. That would be piece movement dot yes. Okay, and this thing export for import pure features. Copies cannot find module or it is corresponding to type application. Um, okay, now there is a fight between Claude Code, which also uses tab, and the auto code suggestion, and both of them use tab. Okay, shit. Uh, and not Claude Code, Copilot, and auto both use tab for how we are change one of them. I think in here for there are settings for the LSP plugins. Where is LSP configuration here and inside and shift L, that is different. Go to definition and keyword. Search for keyword. Okay, option one, change copilot key. To change copilot key, I can do in insert mode. Control L. Control, what do I want to do? Control L. Control. mm, okay, let's say Control L would be cool. Okay. D G dot no tab remap equals true and then key map. So in remaps, okay, it didn't copy. You have to do key dot remap in insert mode. Control L. This is what is this? Why is this a string? Somehow this is a string. Keymap dot set in insert mode. Mm, Control L. This is Control L this and expression true. Replace key codes false. What does this do? Disables Copilot's default tab and remaps to this. If you are using Copilot.lua instead, which I am, and this is also Lua by the way. Then suggestion key map. I can change this thing inside Copilot itself. That would be preferable. Changing the stuff inside the plugin. Go to the plugins, copilot.lua, and yep, this one is for chatting with Copilot, and this one is for suggestions from the Copilot and config function. Shit, no. Okay, Copilot somehow knows. That is pretty impressive. Run this function, but can config. I think there is a config. Okay, fine. vim.api.nvim set key in insert mode. If I press Control I, do I want it to be Control I or Control L? Control L is better. Copilot. I think C has to be capital. No, C is small. Copilot hash accept. Okay, this is the name of the function which should run. Silent true, expression true. And now what I can do is select this line and go here and say Copilot chat. What does this silent and expert key do and will configure config? Shit. Copilot chat. Uh, C is capital. And yes. What does this silent and expert mm, please do and will you config? What do these things do? We are fetching the response. That is cool. Then Vim key map in configuration silent. And there are okay, yesterday it was that 800 tokens have been used, but now it is 8,000. 1,000. I'm going to run out of tokens. Shit. Silent equals true. Suppress command output message. Silent equals true. Suppresses command output message when the key map is triggered. That makes sense. Then true treats the right hand side as an expression. As an expression, its result is used as the command to execute. This allows dynamic evaluation. Example, calling a function and using its return value. Okay. Okay, I think I will not be using Copilot chat inside here because it is going to destroy all my tokens. Uh, Lazy, and we can delete Copilot chat. Shit, go to home. Shit, lazy. No, peace movements here. Lazy, and I think we press X to delete. X to delete. Cool. Yep. So now tab does not work. Import pure pieces. Shit, it was never tab. It was never tab. It was Y. Command Y. Shit, I messed up. Lua. No. Yes, Lua. Yes. Plugins. Copilot, and we can remove this. Cool. Back. Common. Add this. Okay. Export pure pieces dot not pawn. No. Pure pieces dot pawn does not even make sense. And I would like to actually disable Copilot for now. How do I do that? Copilot. Eco-pilot is ready. I don't want it to be ready. Space. Copilot is space disabled. Okay. Now Copilot is disabled. Dot pieces dot import this as a type dot identify expected declaration or statement expected. Declaration or statement expected. Const object uh, export default object capital O, and this thing is also capital O. Your pieces dot shade. I was importing the map. Okay, my bad. Your pieces dot, let's say, for king. For king. Or maybe we can make this thing a map. A map, yes. A map would be very cool. Let obj equals new map of type, where the key would be your pieces and the value would be an object. Yes, value would be an object which would have a list of lists. Yeah, moves would be of type number list, if that makes sense. Your pieces does not exist because this P is capital and cool. Moves would be a list of numbers. Moves would be a list of moves. Yep. And moves and depth would be a number. I think that is good enough. That should be good enough. Moves and depth. Moves and depth. Let's see. Obj dot set for pure pieces dot king. King's moves are like so. Moves uh, -1, -1, -1, 1. Yes. -1, 0. -1, 1. These are, yep, all the moves in one place, and then 1 or 0, -1. Yes, 0, -1. And then 0, 0 is not a move, 0, comma 1. And then, yes, that is actually it, comma 0, -1. And 1, comma 0, and 1, comma 1. Which is apparently wrong because there also has to be depth, which is 1 in this case. Cool. So that is cool. Obj, or you say moves cannot find name. Moves. Well, here it is. Moves for the king will be this will have moves from a piece This will map the pieces to the node that they can export. Export object doesn't make sense. Export moves does make sense. And hello, guten Morgen. Yo, stream is started a little too early. Yes. Yep, there have been a few changes. First of all, I will be streaming earlier, and second, I now have Copilot. Let me show you. And Copilot, okay, enable, and if I go into insert mode, I get this thing, moves dot set this thing, and look at this. This is like exactly correct. No problem with this. The only difference between the king and queen is the depth, which is correct. King can move in all the same ways that a queen can move, and only the depth has changed. And 8 depth covers this. So like this is very cool. This is very cool. This is very cool. Yesterday someone said that yep, yep, got for yes, for free with school. Wait, you don't have a college ID, do you? Right? You are not in college yet. So yes, I have the privilege. But the more philosophical difference is that I was I was being a retard and not using AI as I should. And yes, I should be using AI more. Yeah. I also have my domain, by the way. Evolve.walrus.codes. Walrus.codes. Yo, let's go. And using wait, I can give you one domain using the services given to me by GitHub. I can buy up to 3-4 domains for free. Should you have purchased one? So okay, that is like better, I guess. Yep. I will share it. Uh, yeah. If you want some domain, you can tell me. I will look it up if it is available, and I will see. If it is available, I will tell you, and you can have it. Look at this. This is like so fucking good. Those so fucking good. I don't have to manually write this, and this is not even cheating because I know what is happening. I'm just not writing it. I know what is happening. Add moves for a bishop. Wait, let me check this. Minus minus. Yep, no zero, no zero. And here, one of them is always zero. And for knight, yep, Copilot like understands me. This is so good. The only downside is that there are a limit to the number of tokens I can use. So, yep. But I will also claim one for free in a few months. Lol. Share it. Yep. You will get your college ID hopefully in a few months. This is so fun. This is good. Very cool. Okay, so we have written all the moves here, and this is also very fast. By this point, this is stream number 15. The project should have been completed. Yes, the project should have been completed. I'm writing everything manually. Project, I think 15 days is a good time for a project to be completed. Yeah, I haven't even completed the backend. So yes, it is very sad and bad. And this is me first time using this, so this feels surreal. I don't have to write manually everything. Export puzzle moves. Okay, and when we do know the piece, first we will check if check for pawns separately since it has special moves and capture rule pieces. Comments I want to write on my own. Check for pawn sep- separately. Uh, it's gone. Okay. If pieces dot color map dot get square, no, we have already checked the color. pure pieces map dot equals pure piece dot pawn. Yes, equals pure piece dot pawn. Then direction. Shit, that is a very good idea. First get the direction and the start row. Wait, what? Start row to just check for double moves. Check for forward movement. This is so good. This is so good. I like really like this. Uh, okay, you use Codium. Wait, how does that work? Is it for free or is Codium? Can I use Codium as much as I want? But it got pretty frustrating for me. It used to hinder my thinking and my code reading with suggestions all over the code wherever the cursor was. So I removed it, though it was pretty cool for shit. Okay, can I use this for NewM? Uh, Codium for NewM. I tried everything. Okay. Windsurf. Windsurf. I've heard that name. Windsurf. Native Windsurf plugin for NewM contribution. Feel free to contribute. Okay. Screenshot. What do they say? Okay, pros got some typing speed. Okay, what this thing? This uh, what does it do? Uses after installing Codium Auth, you will be able to authenticate with Windsurf. This can be done by running. How do you use Codium for NewM? If you use NewM, I suppose you use NewM. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. It is like Blender. Their philosophy. They won't charge anything because they earn more than enough money as is. Okay, if I use Codium on Neovim, Codium has changed to Windsurf later. Okay, okay, Windsurf. Okay, use Windsurf chat execute this command. Okay, let me set up Codium right now. Windsurf right now. This is cool. This is cool. MRC Windsurf.lua. Okay, shit. That is a lot. Windsurf config require windsurf dot setup the default theme to use when opening a new window. Capuchin dark? Nope. This default width of the sidebar is sidebar and position on the left. So this is pretty cool. Shit. I don't want the theme. Default width of the sidebar when opening in a window. It can be overwritten by setting width key in the options table. Windsurf. Okay, we will check how 30 looks. The default position of the read the comments. The default position of the sidebar when opening a new window. This can be overwritten. Okay, default position left, no. Right would be good. Whether to automatically open a sidebar when opening a new window. No. Error detected while processing init.lua. The plugin is not installed because shit. Bro sabotaged me. Uh, where is Windsurf? Windsurf.nvim. Of course, shit. That is not the right thing. This is the right thing. Wait, Copilot sabotaged me and stopped me from using Windsurf. Hello, Guten Morgen. How are you? Though I don't know how it compares to Copilot or anything. I had set Control G for accepting auto completion. Tab is fine. Like I'm not using tab for anything else. Auto complete suggestion. Wait, there are two things, right? One is the Windsurf not found. Okay, I guess it is. There are two things. One is the auto suggestion, which we get natively from like this one. this bottom drop down. For this, I have Control Y, and for the code completion one, I would have tab. Tab is like empty, not doing anything else. Shade, Harshil Bhai on the top. Usage after installing and configuration, you will need to authenticate with Windsurf. This can be done by running Codium auth. Okay, copy the token from your browser and paste it into the API request key to use Windsurf chat execute. And is Windsurf cool? Like, is it cool? Because of the things I do, most of the AI generated pretty weird answers and cannot find the appropriate context, and not mentioning that C is already very unsafe as is. Shit, yes, for you it might be a problem, but for me, I'm using like for web development, and most of the things I don't really know. But before committing the code, I would have to know what happened with, like, what is the approach with which I went, or yeah, and what were the different approaches I could have used, and the trade-offs, and yep, trade-offs. The one thing that I did realize is it is okay for me to use AI for asking things that I don't know, but it is not okay for me to just blindly copy paste, right? And AI is the best, honestly. Yep. Because like, yeah, I don't really know what the hell is going on. So having a AI with me would be pretty cool. Config path, and yep. I don't know if my skill issues or what, but AI generative far much better UI than, yes, honestly. My AI, my UI looks like shit. Evolve walrus.codes. Like, look at this. This is very, very basic. What even is this? This is very basic. But yes, I think when I will make my portfolio website, I will, I would like to write everything on my own. Yep, by my own. But still, I would be using ChatGPT for suggestions. Shit, yeah, cool. Bin path, path config, the path to the config file to store API keys and stuff. A virtual text. Okay, so it says this does not exist. So where are the configuration options? Yep. CMP dot setup. Okay. CMP dot setup. Okay. So okay, that is different. New CMP here in the CMP folder for completion. I think give it, wait, yep, control Y. Key mapping. Here we generally have name equals codium. We normally have to give something like which thing to use for auto completion. We haven't given any name here. Okay, we are giving name here for the LSPs to use. Shit. Okay. CMP dot. These are the LSPs you should be using. Okay. CMP dot setup sources. I have to give, so okay, in the sources I just have to then add one more thing. Copilot does not know I'm going to dump him. uh, let's see if it will say yes. Copilot is saying to use Codium here. Cool. Codium, we have added a new source. Okay, after calling setup. After calling setup, this plugin will register a source in NeoVim completion. NeoVim completion can then be set up to use this source using the sources configuration. Okay, use this source. If you are seeing Codium source as unplugged, unused in CMP status, make sure the NVIM complete setup has before the this setup You know what? Make sure that nvim complete setup happens before codium setup. Okay, to set a symbol for windsurf using lsp kind. What is lsp kind? Format lsp kind dot format this codium keyword this blink dot complete configuration. Example for blink dot complete. What is blink dot complete? Don't think I have this. Blink dot complete looks cool until now. Yep. Go to the official website. I think they had something for. I think this is the official thing. Windsurf, non-native windsurf. Yeah. This one. Shit. Makes sense. Codium in Vim and new Vim by Windsurf team. Starting today, all developers can get free AI-powered code completion in Vim and new Vim by using Codium, and there seems to be a problem. Play demo. Okay, yes. Okay, demo is cool. The video is displayed in real time with no fast forwarding, editing, or other special demo logic. This is free alternative to GitHub Copilot and other AI powered code completion products. We have made Codium Vim repo open source, and thanks to Sean Sullivan for building almost entirely or almost the entirety of this plugin. Moving forwards, we welcome contributions from the public as this technology grows, continues to progress. Shit, this is the same thing. Uh, nee, no, shit, this one is for Vim. This one is for Vim, the official one. This one is for new Vim, and they are by the same uh, GitHub person. So I think it is cool. Why no use Copilot new Vim? Because it is asking for money, and I seem to have a limited number of tokens. They will run out. I only have Copilot till I am in college, and there are about 100,000 tokens left in total. 100,000 tokens, and somehow I only started using AI yesterday for coding, for like inside the code editor. Somehow I ended up using 1,000 tokens already. So yes, I will run out of it. And the Copilot version is using a lot of tokens, because I think for every line, whenever I go into insert mode, like this, uh, wait, is Copilot not? Copilot is working, yes. For every time I go into insert mode, I think Copilot, the plugin keeps sending the using the API to ask for things repeatedly, even though there is nothing happening. So that ends up using a lot of tokens. Where they have much better documentation. Use this, remove, use here. If you're using lazy vim, I am using lazy vim. This config function, change G, control G to any code key you like. Of course, I will change it. Control X, podium except for G. Nope. Tab would be cool here. And cycle completions. What is cycle completion 1? Cycle completion -1. Okay, go back. Okay, shit, what is it using? This and this. Shit, I'm not using this or this for anything, but this is cool. Wait, no. This is comma. Control this, control this. Okay, fine. No, no, this does not fit right, because the middle finger, and yes, I cannot properly keep my fingers on semicolon and comma at the same time. Yeah, it does not feel like very right. And X, clear. Okay, that is pretty good. Plugins. Shit. Copy, paste, and Control G function except no Copilot is not saying anything. How to use what is the word that we use to represent tab? How to use tab in map in Penguin. Okay, shit, just this. Copilot. Co Where is Copilot? Shit. Copilot is not saying anything. It is scared. Okay, for going up and down the suggestion list. Up and down the suggestion list. What could Control N already taken? Control J and K would do. I don't think I'm using them for anything else. And Control X, no. Nope. Control. Okay, Control X fine. Lazy windsurf dot shit. Okay. Windsurf dot n win is the thing that I want. Lazy and hello. Guten Morgen. Is it using some other package manager for NeoVim? Wait, what do you mean? Some other package manager? The documentation. Look, go, I'll use all the tokens to do nothing. Yep. Gotta go. Bye. Take care. Billing, brother. Okay. Thank you for being here. You have a job. Okay. Hmm. Shit. Not LSPs, plugins, Windsurf. Is this running? Wait, shit. I have to do, I think. Wind for authentic Codium, not Windsurf. Okay. This does not work. Make sure that you run Codium or the Codium is not there. Do I have to have Codium installed? Codium auth. Okay. Install Neum, install Codium, your plugin manager, and run Codium auth. Okay, we have installed Codium, which is Windsurf. Here, it is downloaded. Codium auth is not a command, even with a capital Codeium. Codeium does not work. Help Codium for a list of full commands. Does not exist. Sorry, no help for Codium. Wait, and I think there is panic. Uh, help. Did no, there was something else. If we type panic or something, panic, PANIC. No, there was a command I think which said like if you press right here, panic exclamation, it says do not panic, everything will be okay. It was a built-in command. It seems so. Exa function this it, these things plenary.num and Harshit autocomplete are already there. I think shit setup setup. Okay, my bad. I have to call setup config function require codium dot setup. Downloading server. Okay. Okay. Setup. Open default browser, copy clipboard. Okay, and I will hide my screen if I have to get up. I think I will hide my screen. Okay, it is removing comment. Yes, screen is hidden. Now I will do like secret things here. User already exists. So sign up. I'm add. Wait, what? User already exists. So that should be a good thing, right? The user already exists under a different sign-in provider. Hey, that is crazy. So I did log in using this at some point, and I think I'm signed in now. Cool. And also one more thing, I changed audio from a single mono channel. What? So you have used it in the. I have logged in the past. This is something. Shit, yes, this plugin shows us things about React. Open the developer tools and components and profile tabs will appear on the right. Yes, shit, this plugin is very cool. We can use this. I have logged into this but not done anything. Then token I have to end in take type number and enter and click with the mouse. Type number and enter or click with the mouse or okay. Token number has to be somewhere. Resources, docs, change log. That seems like it. Wait, let me hide my screen again. Uh, Anthropic key, manage, plan, upgrade, plan. Wait, profile, notifications. Wait, there doesn't seem to be any tokens. Actually, legit, no tokens. Hide your screen and then copy paste the token. Yep, but the token is not here. The tokens are not here somehow. Pricing, why do they have pricing? Company, support, careers, partners, conversations, share, notification, usage, manage, plan, model, provider, API, key. I can give it an uh, wind, surf, tokens. Yo, let's go. Download for Mac OS. I don't want to download. Okay, let me unhide the screen. It is funny how everything goes wrong for you. I logged in so many times, yet never once faced the issue. How the fuck you used it for the first time and faced this one? I don't know. For new Vim plugin, set this up. For new Vim plugin, set up to this. Yeah, I don't know. How to get wind surf pro for free? No, auth token IDE authentication. Sign into the editor's interface. Editor? Do I need the editor? Install the plugin. Yes. Trigger login browser flow complete auth, which is done. They want me to type the number. Click with mouse, or I could cancel. No, I authentication success. Successfully logged in. Okay, and now you can close this tab and navigate back to your IDE. But the IDE is asking for token. Type number and or click with the mouse. Where do I click with the Q or empty? API key? Shit. One default browser. Hmm. Shit. Okay, now I will hide. I'll recommend you to close and auth. Yep. Now it is working because I was not logged in. That was the problem. Shit. Mm, okay, key expires in 5 minutes. So that is cool. That is cool. Because for a split second, this was like visible. So, and yes, you are the only person. So if I see someone else using my Codium, it would be you, right? Yep, I will like sue and law complain you for taking away this free thing that I have. Press enter. Okay, and API key is saved. Cool. Let me show my screen. Cool. And yes, I shit, I got caught. Yep, you got caught. Yeah, I suppose you took the screenshot, but it will not be of any use. You can only use it for 5 more minutes. And I should stop saying it because it is giving you ideas. Okay, what do we do after this? Yes, all of these functions. Complete cycle except. So if I plug in Copilot, delete the folder, and now I should only have windsurf, and I'm in insert mode. How I okay. Mhm. I did run windsurf auth, then windsurf auth, Codium auth, and start using windsurf. You can run Codium help for a full list of commands. Yo, toggle disabled. Okay, it was enabled then, and I can even do Codium chat. That is so okay. In the browser, I would prefer if I could talk to Codium right here. Let's see what are the things I can change. Config path, bin path. Okay, this and then setup. I did use Codium there. I did say use Codium in the complete shade. Okay, Codium is giving suggestion. Yes, okay. It was a bit slow, but okay, it is start the game. Okay, Codium is giving suggestions. And there was okay, cool. What other things? setup complete dot setup formatting equals, I think I already have some formatting. It's formatting is this tailwind css colorized dot formatter. Wait, one tailwind css colorizer complete dot formatter, or we could use this format lsp kind. So let's just use this comment this. Yes, cool. Formatter is now blink dot complete configuration example for blink dot complete. What is blink dot complete? I don't think I have blink. No, or I can add it right here as a dependency if I don't already have it. I don't. Blink dot complete and config function. Config for CMP and then config. Hello, now does it work? It is. I don't recommend doing anything extra after completing auth. Hmm. The thing I did one was this for, I don't know. I think this is for the suggestions that I get. Shit. Shit. Okay, that was stupid. Shit, I cannot use tab for shit. I cannot use tab for indentation now because whenever I do tab, it is trying to run something, a command. Mm. Where did I describe tab? I think it was inside tab. cd dot config and vim start new vim and blink dot complete. Yes, just like download it. Config for, there was a mistake. Tab, look for tab. Yep, this is for windsurf surf. Okay, no, not tab. Control y I, control I am, no, I'm using control I for stepping into a function. uh, control h, control h, yes. Control h as in like hello. Go to chess. Okay, then use this for indenting the code lines once you have written the code, right? At least for C, what blink is, whatever it is, something like Mason or K. There was with LSP kind, I think the code which you pasted as it is LSP kind format. This tells, I think, wait, uh, uh, um, this tells Codium, and this tells the auto complete suggestion which I get below the line that I'm writing the code, how that should look. So I would like to change that and just make it something new, even though it might not be better. What is blink dot cmp? Dot cmp dependency is this options, sources, lsp, snippet, buffer, providers. Wait, shit, I think blink.cmp, and this they do the same thing. They are just different things for the same thing, different versions of the same thing. Plugin showing completions in visual text. Okay, s- share that is it. So I don't need blink. This being done, yeah. Should. Wait, maybe blink might be a better version than cmp complete. Nah, we'll go with blink. We will not go with blink. Okay. Error LSP kind not found. Package preload. So we will change that also back to what it was. Change format cool n and go to a file and codium should be telling us some things, but it is not. Shit. Codium suggestions are here, but like, what is this? Shit, I think it is because we gave podium and incomplete as a source here. So podium is being used by the completion engine. Okay, I should be seeing something. Help. Shit, no help for podium. Help argument required. Toggle disabled. Toggle enabled. A true web dev, must I say? Yes, that is a very Shakespeare way of saying things. With help command, codium should be in lower. Shit. Hmm. Help status line? No. Helps. Help. Codium chat. Codium auth. We did codium auth. Okay, let's go there. Get new vim. Get this and do this, and we are okay. And if we do codium auth again, number one, default browser, you will again see the thing, and you are the only one here. So API key saved. Cool. It does not work. Shit. We're all set. You can windsurf. Help codium. Uh, no help for codium. Codium auth chat. Codium auth chat. Chat opens this. Uh, Logged into Podium on my nvim, but it is not giving any suggestions. How do I fix that? Maybe there are other powers at work here. What might they be? In remaps, I change this, which I can remove because I don't have Copilot. And in plugins, the only plugin I have added now is this config podium except clear complete cycle J and K, control J and K. Codium and Vim, Codium, check if it is loaded, lazy, check health, Codium enable, check if it is, if suggestions are enabled, or maybe I can ask Codium chat. Okay, yeah, I cannot use you with Neum. This is my config. Let's see. I don't even, yeah, I'm feeling guilty. Shit, you are feeling guilty. And it seems like I need to steal now. No, no, nope. Shit, your guilt would actually make sense then. You will at least have some justification. It seems like you are trying to use Codium extension with Neum, but you are having trouble. The error message you provide, that is not the error message. That is my configuration. Shit, Pro is very offensive. The error message you provided suggests that you function is not defined. You function is not defined. You function is not. I guess this is free. The issue might be related to how you are trying to call the Codium functions. The error message indicates that this is not a error message. Require Codium, local Codium equals require Codium set keymaps equal to this. Then you can run functions like this. Vim keymap return. Okay, that is an alternative way for key mapping. Codium does not exist. Wait, inside config we have set up. Let me like read the docs. Okay, yes, properly. Install, yep, cool. Usage, options, config is properly reading the docs. New okay, is this like necessary step configuration? Full stop, do this, help go, at least this should be working. Both of these, the normal Vim and new Vim version are saying this should be working, but this is not working. Using new Vim, set these here, control G, X for except control G does not even make sense, and that is like too far away. Disabling windsurf if you want, or enum codium enabled equals true. Okay, I think there is first of all some problem with this. Shit, will not be doing this. Require codium setup if this is something. This said codium equals require codium. Global variable function return another function. That might be it. Check. Nothing. Please try these suggestions now. No, still no working. Bro is apologizing now, but it is fine. Event buffer equals true. Wait, shit, snippet. Yes, I think that was by podium. No, shit, that was bad. No, that is still not by podium. Podium not working. As funktioniert nicht. Manual git clone new vim. Put it into the config. Git status and git diff. What lines have changed? Okay, the indentation in all of these have changed. That is fine. Formatting is back to what it was. Tailwind. And we deleted a file. Resetter context is gone. New vim resetter context. Yes, I did delete new vim resetter context. Scroll of 10 and A, yes, and AI. Yes. Surf dot nvim is there. Codium. Now Codium does not exist because I think you have to call setup on this. Empty setup, or there has to be a default setup. Yeah, all this. Remove all this. Go there. Delete. Paste. Remove. Indentation. Okay. Optionally disable CMP source if using virtual text only. Manual. I think these things had to be true. Maybe. Okay. Yes. Codium is working now. Lazy equals false. Okay. Shit, Codium is working. Codium is working. What are the defaults? These are the defaults. Optionally disable. Codium doesn't have the defaults. By default, we have to add the defaults manually. Okay. Here. Cool. Handle the game. Okay. Codium is working. That is good. Hello. Thank you. Uh, Tensuniki. Tensuniki. Hello. How are you? Okay. Okay. Shit. Codium is working. That is cool. Codium is game start. Yes. Correct. This is APIs.ts. Where am I? I am. Yes. Now I am in the right folder. Okay, we have all the moves being exported here. What were we even thinking about before uh, getting into all this? It was to get write a function which generates all possible moves. Yes, write a function which generates all possible moves. What would that look like? Write a function that generates all possible moves. And we had written some code for it already here. Yes. I'm waiting for auto suggestion to click in. It did click in. Okay, should that this is also pretty fast. Okay, const end row, start row, end row. If color white, then end row would be shade for we are using end row here because we also need to know if the pawn is promoting for let t row equals start row. uh, T row is smaller than end row plus direction. Keep adding direction. That is so good. Okay, const target row. Wait, maybe I can just do this and now ask. Now see target row. You can get the target row and get the target square, and each is dot move. This is for a straight movement of the pawn. Index cannot find name index to move chars. Push move. Move is not this. Why is move a string of these? No. Move is there was a function which update game object. No. Make move which no. Copy board. No. RPC. No. Piece get from board. No. There was a function location in his board. Find piece coordinates. No. There was a function which takes in move index to char. Yes. Something like this. Yeah. Move index. Move chars to index. 17 moves would be is given as this move index. Yeah, so this would be a list uh move index. Cool. And in here argument of type number list is not assignable to this adds move index. That's cool. Shit. This is actually pretty cool. Okay, this is for a straight movement for pawn separately. check for pawn separately, and straight movement for the pawn. We also have to check for diagonal movement of the pawn. Pure piece get pawn. Wait, you would be needing. We now also have to check for the special moves. Capture by pawn, capture by pawn. For capture, there are like just two places pawn can go to, which apparently is this. Okay, capture by pawn. For let target row equals start row. Okay, direction plus direction. Target column -1. Why do we need a for loop? There are just two places where a pawn can actually capture. Just top right and top left. So shouldn't be a problem. Target row equals target column is current column -1, and then here we do current column +1. We don't have to do for here. In target row, we get the row, we get the target square, and if color of that square is not equal to the current square, then this is a move we can make. Why are we moving up that row? That is just kind of messed up, actually. Target is it smaller than end row. Smaller than end row. Um, Direction. No, no, no. We can here with confidence say const target row equals row plus direction. And if target row smaller than row size and greater, we have moved forward in that direction. Okay. Yes, a target row has to be within the range 0 to 7. Greater than equal to 0 and target smaller than row size. Then do all this and then do all this. Yo, let's go. Okay, and we can here also lead this and this, and we are defining the same things again. Okay, we can make this thing a let, and here do this update target row is also let, is also let. Cool. Capture by pawn 13. Okay. Uh, Promotion by pawn. For pawn promotion, we have to check if we are at the end. The using AI is like very fun. Okay. Uh, S row. If the source row, depending on the color, we don't have to do this because we are taking end row right here. Yep. So we don't have to do this. We already have end row, source row. Wait. No, yes, we do have to do this. We do have to do this because yes, we do have to do this. We do have to do this. Yes, yes, because yes, we don't know the direction. We don't. We could do end row minus direction, which would also be cool. End row minus direction. End row minus. Let's see what it suggests. Yep, direction. It's cool. Okay. For let Why do we need a for loop? We don't need a for loop. The only shared promotion could be on three possible squares, either on capture or not capture. Let t column equals 0. And also we do not want to add the same move twice. Once we did check for capture. Yeah, we did check for capture. If this is within the range, only then we do capture. But if this is wrong, we cannot, yep, we cannot be in 0, and we cannot be, we will only check for capture. We will only check for capture if in our, say this is the like top row number 7, index 7. This is the bottom row index 0. And if we have a black pawn coming here or a white pawn coming here, we will not check for captures because we will be, because if there is a piece, no shit, we will check for captures because we are looking for different things in capturing. And we don't even have to check for pawn promotion because we already have checked for forward movement. Shit, yes, this is stupid. We don't have to check for pawn promotion. This is just a simple forward movement by the pawn. Okay. Let's please check for pawn separately. Yep, we did check for pawn separately. Hmm. How do we go to opposite bracket in NM? How do we go to the opposite bracket in NM? Hello. Using AI, pretty fun and helpful on the brighter side of it, and it will also train you to read and check codes written by others. Yep. It seems to be cool. Mind if I ask why chess engine from scratch instead of using Leech's validation engine? Because for learning, I think learning, and what would I be exactly learning by writing a chess? This is not a chess engine. This is just a move. This is just a platform to play chess. This is not going to suggest any moves. This will just validate the moves and allow the players to play moves and play chess. This will not generate moves. And yep, so this is not a chess engine. For chess engine, shit, chess engine, making a chess engine would be difficult. A friend of mine is making a chess engine using AI, and yeah, it looks pretty complicated. Percentage, cool. For other pieces, yeah, oh, okay. What does it say? Is legal move? Why asking for is legal move is not the function. The function is move. Okay, which requires like multiple other arguments. Shit, which are legit not here right now. Which are legit not here right now. So we don't have to check for is legal move. Yes, we do have to call is legal move here. But that requires a lot of other arguments. It requires the color, the move, which yes makes sense, but it also requires special flags, which yep, this also requires special flags because special flags have the information whether the king has moved, the rooks have moved or not for castling, for understanding castling, and then last move because we need to know the last move for en passant. There might be some other way, other wait, maybe wait, for this last move, maybe we don't have to send in the last move instead. wait. Instead of sending the last move, maybe, just maybe, we can have a flag which we will, but yeah, we need more information than just on off. We need to know which pawn is specifically moved, for which, for which the only information we need would be for when I have, let's say, a white pawn here, and this pawn is trying to do en passant. I need to know, did this pawn right, shit, did this pawn right here, the scale is a bit like off. This is, these are the pawns of the enemy, and white pawn is right here, and there is a separate block, empty space here, and this pawn is trying to do en passant and getting here. For this, I need to know the pawn in this column of black. Did it move here in the last move? Which I can do. The update game state function can look at this and check if there is a pawn movement by 2 squares, and if there is a pawn movement by 2 squares, it will find out the flag and turn it on. And if there is no pawn movement by 2 squares, it will turn off all the flags which have any pawn movement. So that is cool. I think that is cool. Instead of sending in the like complete last move, that would be cool. That would be cool. Enums. Okay, 73 lines of enums. There is a format here. Yep, enums before, then comes interfaces, and then the maps. I should also add comments to these uh, colors. This comment was very helpful. This is not even helpful. Pure pieces. Yes, a comment here would be cool. Pieces without colors. Yes, it's just flags. Flags which indicate special moves. AI is even writing comments. But how many bits will this require? We can, I think, guarantee that we will get 32 bits, right? And here we are, out of 32, we are using 6 bits already. Let's say we have 30 bits, just in case. And there are going to be 16 pawns. So 16 plus 6 is well within the range. White queen. Why do we need white queen? We don't need white queen. We need to know white pawn 1. White pawn in row 0. White pawn in row 0 equals this. White pawn in row, black pawn, just white. All the white stuff comes here. And this will be 1. And now, and wait, shit. They will change their numbers. Yes. 4, 5. Comment this out. White pawn 2. Yes. Just do the same thing. Copy, paste, paste. There is a function for exactly key map in Vim exactly for situations like this. This, yo, let's go. And we want to increase these values also. Cool. And then copy, paste, substitute white with black. Cool. And This should be should okay. Yes, we have to update these values also. This first one will, yeah, but in that, what we do? Clear this, paste 6. Shit, I messed up. 6, go down. Cool. And this, the first value would be, this one would be 12, this one would be 13. Shit, these are two-digit values. Will, yes, this can also be fixed. This can also be fixed. Let's say this is 4. This can be fixed. We can here say increase globally how many times. Shit, first we have to give the count. My bad. You can see the keys that I'm typing here. So yes, this is just selection. I want this to increase by 8, 8, G, Control A, Los Gates. Shit. Everything got increased by Control 8. Okay, think I know. 8, Control A. Right. And now, starting from this one, G, Control A. Cool, 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 cool. 20, this can be 20, this can be 21, and this can be 20. That looks better. Yo, new M stuff. Okay. Now we don't need to send in the last move to the verify function, which makes sense. Makes sense. Is move okay? Right. We do not have to send in the last move. Do not have to send in the last move. Here, don't have to send in the last move. Where was last move being used? Right here. Would check for on on. Is pawn first move 2 squares? No, we don't have to check for this. What we want is we need to map coordinates of pawns to index. Yes, we need to map for pawn plus pawn. Okay, we need a map. We need a map. Why this shit? We need a map here in yes, okay. Const pure pieces map, special moves map, but special moves map takes special moves key, which takes in color and piece. No, we need more information. Export const a map which maps on person pawn pawn on person map which maps pure pieces to no, not maps onto this maps number onto pure pieces. Yep, cool. Okay, on person Push back pure piece. No shit, we don't need pure piece now. Shit. On person. Variable dot set 642 white pawn e4. Nope. 0 0 0 0 0 white pawn. Maps coordinates origin origin coordinates of a pawn to their special flag. If special flag on the pawn that that coordinate moved by two squares in the last. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So pawn, white pawn. All the white pawns are in row 0 and pawn number 0. First thing is row, second is column. Pawn 0, yep. So white pawn, pawn 0. Shit. 1 minute. It is charging now. Cool. And 1 hour 46 minutes. Fine. 7p paste. Row would remain same. We'll just increase this. Yep. And here. Yep. Increase everything here. Cool. And same for, yes, like legit same thing for black. And white pawns. And here, black pawns. Substitute 1 with sixth or row size -1. Yeah. Substitute 1 with row size -1. Can find name row size, no problem. Row size -2 actually. Yes. Substitute 1 with 2. And substitute W with capital black. How do we make this thing type? I think shit. How to no magic, no magic, regex, and vim search no magic or something. Very magic, yes, very magic. V or capital V, cap, capital V. I think we do C for type for capital C. Yes, capital C for caption for this to be capitalization specific. I think is the term. Okay, put flags W there. Put on percent. Okay. Yeah, check for on percent. What do we do? Check for capture and on percent for capture. We are doing this. And for on percent, we have to check on percent. If on percent square is not equal to null, nope. We have to see what do we already know, dx dot dy. We have dx and dy both equal to 1, that is we are moving in this. Yes, on percent is also a diagonal movement. What do we have to check for? Yes, depending, we have to first get the flag. Alright, first flag equals move special flag dot get move to special flag. No, on person dot get what are the squares, the column, first row 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 depends on this current piece. For on person, we will only check this if so row equals not 4, if source row equals 0 1 2, or source row if source row in 2 comma 7 6 is the second last row size minus 3, and then try to get the flag. The way that we get the flag would be depending on the source row. If source row equals 2 question mark, in that case source row is 2, then source row minus 1. Okay, somehow this is opposite to what we want. If source row is 2, then we don't do source row minus 1. We do 2 means the pawn is black, so we do source row minus 1. And otherwise we do source row plus 1. If we are white, it's cool. As a special flag, okay, we got the flag. Nope, we didn't. We have to take its and bitwise and with flags. Number type left type as this. Shit, a special flag is not a thing actually. Is move okay? Special move flags is the name. 1%. Cannot find special moves two. No special. Bitwise and 1%. I think we should break this up. We should break this up. Yes. Flag location would be all this. Yeah, that is the flag location, and flag on would be special move flags device and with one left shifted by flag location. Now, if flag is on, But not just this. Shit, I messed up. Column. What should be the column? Target column. Could target column be outside? No, nothing is outside the board, so that's cool. And now, if uh, is flag on, if flag is on, then possible equals to seems good enough. So the amount of back end processing you are doing, I feel like you host this on Virtual, your bill is going to be quite absurd. Back end pro This is required. This is required on the back end. I don't know if I can like optimize this, but I'm not going to use Vercel because I'm in college. I have free DigitalOcean credits, about $200. A fun idea to extend it further, write a chess engine in Go, Rust, and compile it to WebAssembly and embed that to the front end so that if the player wants to play against a bot, they can do so. Yep, I'll do that after this. It would be cool. And I will write it in Go because I want to get better in Go now. Legit want to get better in Go. Yep. So is move okay? Yes, we changed the signature. We also have to change this at the places where the function is being called. Okay, shit. Is move okay? What? Especially flags, moves, flags, so flags, move, shit, move up. Yes. Wait, what is that? Is a good thing actually. Is move okay? Wait, this doesn't even make sense. Why are we just incrementing? Shit, shit. This doesn't even make sense. Yep. So we do a for let let moves of nope. I will not be tempted. This, what was the name? Moves. Move of capital M. Now, what is the type of move? Move is depth and moves. Yep. Okay, when we have move, we'll do for let d equals 0, d less than move dot depth d plus plus probably does not exist. Why? Move dot length? No. Move dot reduce y is what is the type of move? Move is of type key value. Okay. Move dot values. How to map over the values of a key. Okay, then hosted on Google AWS, you get free credit. I think. I think. Then let's make some project together and go. Yep. Why not? After I'm done with this. Yes, and I will be learning quite a lot from you. Yep. Okay. How to Read over values of a map. Yes, how do we iterate over values of a map in JS? Not like map.values of dot depth. Move dot depth. Yes. Yes, for a current depth. And then here for let I comma j or d distance in row, distance in column of move dot moves. Okay, that is cool. And we will say const target row and target column are these. Delete all this. What is this? Target row, target column. If target, yes, check if they whether they are not outside the, for which we already have a function is location. Location in board given target row, target file. If location in board, then target row equals, yes, get the target square. And if there is no piece, or there could be a piece but of opposite color, then we can move that. Shit, we don't have to. No, we do have to call it is move. Okay, we do have to legit call it is move. Okay. Wait, doesn't this function have the flags? This function should have the flags. This function should have the special flags. Special move flags and give them here. Move, yes. Okay, shit, we have to change this thing. This we have as this. Okay, okay. Move is string equals move index to charts. And here, given move is string argument of type number is not assignable to argument of type string. Move string is not a number. Move index to charts is not a number. Does wait, why does this thing returns a number? Okay, that is like very stupid. Now is this okay? Cool. Seems to be cool. And we cannot push in this. We have to say yeah, and then return possible moves. And this seems to be okay. This seems to be okay. Let's call this function at the start and see all the possible moves. We also have to change the update function, which we will do in a while. Wait. For now, we will have some tests backend. Wait, there are going to be a common tests also. So tests, which can be inside common folder. File, yes, yes. Test.ts. Export are getting possible is getting possible moves. First we have to get a board. Let board type equals init. Init board, and init board we got the board const moves generate password moves is a variable. Shit. Is the variable. This wants more arguments. Okay. Generate password moves for white, for black, for white. What is white? Good question. Color white and black. Zero. Then we would like to print all the moves. For let uh, source row, source column, console.log moves to characters. Move to initial characters. Okay, there is a problem, which is, yep, we'll make something. If I am already using a variable inside a file, but the LSP didn't import it originally, then I have to clear that variable name and use the LSP again while rewriting the name and selecting the suggestion by the LSP to have an import statement that the can't I import without rewriting? Can I not import without rewriting? Okay, I absolutely can. How? What is actually happening when you type this? LSP looks this symbol, another module, LSP code action. Shit. Okay, let's delete. Was I getting some code action here? Nope, I am not getting any code action. Should I am getting code action? Okay, we'll call this function. But this is going to print all the moves in a line. Let's for white and do the same for black. Console.log, black moves. It. And how do we run tests? I don't know. I guess we have just defined a function. Okay. Um, why would I export? Nope. There is exporting here. It's getting possible moves. Just run that. This is valid move. Expected for is move okay. Who is which file am I? Go start move. Yes, we just have to pass in the special flags. No need to pass in the last move. Are there any other mistakes? No. What is the change here? Which file? You start. Okay. Bunlock. No. Package.json. We have to add a script. One run test. One run common dot patch tests index.js. Yeah, I think yes, that would make more sense. Tests move logic.ts. Paste this and yep, split. Generate possible moves. Okay, code action is not working by the way. I got the wrong color. Color not from one. Export this tests is getting possible moves. Max.json. This is tests. One run test and error moves to charge. Shit. Null is not an object. Okay, who is calling this? This is being called in possible moves is move. Okay. Line number 560. Yes, simple enough. 560. Line number 560. This move index star. Wait. Someone is calling this move in the wrong format. Is move okay? This thing here, move is string. Move index to chars. Okay, let's see before this. What is the move? Button test and the move is this. Hmm. Hmm. Makes sense. Okay. Shit, I'm getting character code. Code. Okay, we have to convert this to string. Character code to the string dot from char code. String dot from char code. That's okay. Something wrong. From char code does not exist on the thing is strings because it has to be capital. Okay, and dot from char code and here string dot from char code and here string dot from. We run the test and we did see quite a lot of things. We see quite a lot of things. Okay, why do we see that the board is being printed? That is kind of messed up. No other prints. Print board. Do not print board. Do not print board. That is fine. Okay, and I would like to print this on not like this. Bun dot write. Okay, we will use bun dot write to print the moves. Bun dot write to standard output. What this goes to chars. And then also console dot log at the end. Copy paste. Console dot log. Bun run test and shit we are seeing the shit. Yes, shit. Shit. Delete bun run test and shit. Wait, this should have worked with no. Shit. Okay. game, copy this, test, and the address is, and here an empty console.log makes sense. Copy, paste, black moves. White moves, black moves. Okay. This is seems to be working. Forwards 20 minutes. And it is just one, so that is very amazing. Yes. Yep, console.log, white moves, black moves. Let's see. Test, one run test, and we are able to see moves. B1 to A3 is a possible move. B1 to C3 is also a possible move. G1 to F3 and G1 to H3. That is messed up. B1 to A3 and B1 to C3. What even are these? No, that shit, these are wrong. B1 B1 is knight. B1 is the knight. Knight can move to A3 or C3. They are saying B1 to A. Okay, shit, cool. B1 to A3 or C3, cool. Then G1 to F3 or H3. G1 to F3 or H3, cool. And A2 to A3, A2 to A4, A2 A5, A2 A6, A2 to, that is not right. That that is not right. I guess there was some mistake with something. But yeah, these moves seem to be okay. The last one is H2 to H3. H2 to H3. And before that, we again had H2 to H3. Before that, H2 to H3, H2 to H3, H2 to H3, H2 to H3. Shit. We are getting moves repeated. Okay, we can apparently even go to I, H1, H2 to I3. Okay, this function is not working correctly. Uh, we can somehow go to I3 from H2. G8 is also moving. G8 to H6. G8 to H6. Okay, that is correct. G8 to H6 is correct. Yeah, pawn movements are a bit messed up, and I just want to play a game. Like 1 minute game would be cool. Shit. 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 I might actually be cooked. Shit. Okay, bro didn't make me cook. That is pretty cool. Now I will be saved. Uh, ish. Okay, I'm not in a check, so that's fine. Okay, GT. Okay, cool. So this function is not working correctly. It is not giving us all the generated moves, piece movement. This one generate all possible moves. There's a list of all possible moves. Returns a list of all the possible moves, but we are not seeing the correct moves. For pawn, we are messing up. Yes, we are messing up for pawns. Check for pawns separately. Yeah, we are messing up with pawns. Yeah, for this. Check for other pieces comes later. Yep. Okay. If pure piece dot get pawn, yes, source pawn. If we are at a pawn, we get its direction, start row, end row. Currently, start row is different from source row. Start row is the start row, okay, from where the pawn began. If the color is white, then pawn began from row number 1, otherwise row number 6, because row size is 8. And direction, if white, then direction plus, and if black, then direction negative. We reduce, okay, and row end is also clear. Do you have to, okay. Straight movement of the pawn. Straight movement of the pawn. T row equals target row, the place where we are trying to move. It should be straight. Source row, not this. And while T row is smaller than target row or equal to target end row, because we can get up to end row, no problem with that. And T row plus equals direction. Yes, get the target row square. If there is a null, then add this move. Cool. T row capture by pawn. Source row plus direction. Plus direction, we have the row. Yep, cool. And target row greater than 0. Or smaller than, because if we are at 0, we won't be able to make a move. And if we are at the end, row size -1. Yes, cool. Then look at which direction do we have to go. Column. First of all, go to the left column, go to the right column. Okay. Target row, because we already have the column and the row, so we got the piece. And if the color of the piece is not equal to the current color, then we can capture in both the cases. Check for other pieces. This should work now. Uh, one run test, and we are still getting repeated moves. We are still getting repeated moves. Legit, there was no change. Return possible moves. Makes so much sense because all this has to go inside this. Only check for other pieces if they are not pawns. Okay, that was a big mistake. Much not better. Okay, we are getting this. These seem to be correct. A2, A3. Ah, that is actually wrong. For pawns, we are getting the wrong moves. Shit. 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 Yes, of course. This is wrong. Why do we like keep moving forward? Straight movement of pawn. What do we need a for here? Move one step. Right. And for one step, we will do target row. Let target. We already have target row. Uh, so let target row equals source row plus direction. We don't need this. We don't need this. Move by one step. Move by one more step. And the exact same. I think this is called a loop. This is a shit. This is very stupid. Okay. For let target row of for let d row equals 1. Yes. And d row is smaller than 0. Yes. Got the target row square and everything deleted from here. Honest target row if inside the range, which it which it would be. You need end row, it seems. Yep, move twice, move twice. We don't have to do this for let d row of plus one minus one. Yes. Plus direction d into d. So we'll copy this whole, and it's also we have to check And that is again false. Cost target column would be source column plus d row is not the case. Source column direction into b row, and therefore it should more like be d column change in column, and here we just add the direction to move in that d column. We don't need this. Okay, cool. Change in column. Yep. And t row greater than 0. And yep, guten Morgen. Go to the left column. No, just go to the column, whatever the column is. Const target column, get the target column plus 1 minus 1, it depends. And then target row. Seems fair enough. Seems fair enough. Seems fair enough. What was the mistake? Okay, that seems wrong because we are going out of the box. We are doing some out of the box thinking. Yes, of course we are. Because here this target column has to be within the if target column. Oh shit, just get this. Don't even check this. If location in board. That's cool. Const target column, we have target column, we have target row, and if table make the move. Is this beautiful? There should be, mathematically speaking, how many moves possible? 8 pawns, 16 pawns in total, which can make 2 moves each at the start. So 32, let's say for only one square. For white, there are 8 pawns which can make 2 moves each. So 16 moves plus 4 moves for the knight. So 20 moves. Let's also print with this. Moves I const moves I as move index, and we do the same thing here. So that now here you'll also be printing I plus the move. Yes. Okay. There are in total 25 moves somehow. Okay. Pawn b1. This is not pawn, this is the knight. Okay. Then the other knight. Okay. a2, a3, a2, a3. We got a2, a3 twice. Then b2, b3, b2, b2, b3, b2, a3. A, b2, a3 does not make sense. B to A3 does not make sense. B to A3. Hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. There is something wrong with that. Except for other pieces, nope. Capture by pawn. B to A3. B to A3. Capture by pawn. Location in board. Capture by pawn is not shit. We got the color. Okay. Depending on color, if color equals colors dot white, then we are looking for colors dot black. Now I think we cook. Now we only have 11 moves somehow. 12 moves to be exact. Yes, for the knights. The knights A to A3, B to B3, C to C3, D to D3. Where are the second moves? 8 more moves. Okay, let's say equal to. Cool. Okay, we are getting all the moves now. Cool. That is like actually legit pretty cool. We have a function which can generate all the moves. Hopefully this is right. And that would also be the end of today's stream. Let's make a commit before commit. I wrote a function to generate all the possible moves. Git push with the main and everything is on GitHub. I want to see how many lines was that. I don't know why, but yes, I want to. Wrote a function to generate all possible moves, and that was 190. Very bad. And that would be it for today's stream. And thank you for being here.